Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is TheRegalKnight, and we're going to be answering more questions on Would You Rather. Now this game is the same thing as Would You Press the Button, except you have a choice between left and right, being a lefty or a righty in this case. But I'm right-handed normally, and that's how I normally draw too. So that's what I'm going to start off with, which seems to be 75% of almost everybody. Until you retire, would you rather work from 9 to 5 or 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or work from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.? Well, I usually tend to work from 8 to 6, so that was my normal, thing. And then during the night, I could shower, sleep, watch anime or whatever the hell I usually do. And it was, fairly simple way to do it. And apparently everyone else does too. Would you rather be a high school or below teacher or be a college professor? Well, I guess it's kind of hard. If I'm in high school, I have to deal with a whole bunch of snobby kids with always on their phones, whether they're paying attention or not. And then you're always gonna have to deal with all those fights and such that happen on the school grounds. Or I could be a college professor where people will be like, I need to learn from this guy. He is a professor. I must respect him, or I will not get my degree or bachelor or whatever. And I always did like the college scene a lot better. It's always a lot more peaceful, not a lot of shit going on, and it was more doable. Yep, everybody else would rather do that too. Would you rather have all your limbs cut off by a very dull butter knife, or have to go every single local WNBA game for the rest of your life? What's the WNBA? So it would be the Women's National Basketball League. I mean, I don't even watch sports. The only time I watch sports is if I'm dragged over with Jesse or somewhere else, or by family or someone else, or someone invites me. That's probably the only time I watch sports. And even then, I'm not even watching them. I'm just sitting there like, oh, okay, what else is there? Or going out to go. Or the one that goes out and gets all the snacks and such and that. I'm not a fan of sports, but I also don't want my limbs cut off like by butter knives. But at the same time, I'd rather not go to every game. Every game is not always in the same location. Every game could be across the states to overseas. I don't think it'd be overseas though. So I guess I'd cut my limbs. Either it's like the 15%. Oh man. I have no local WNBA game live in Scotland. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Would you rather be forced to attend school for your entire life or be forced to marry your distant cousin? Well, technically, some people actually do go to school for their entire life. That's especially if you're looking for a career in teaching. Then you have to go to school for basically your entire life until you retire. And, then when you retire, you're gonna like, yep, I get all the chips. You're getting paid, bank, because you got to teach people. But I'm not even gonna touch that. Be forced to marry a distant cousin. It's just I'd rather be a professor or something like that. What? Why? Why would you do that? Why? Oh my god, why? If you had to eat bugs, would you rather eat 100 ants or eat 50 beetles? Well, a lot of people would probably find this like really disgusting. Well, probably I would too, honestly. I mean, you do hear about people eating maggots and this and the wildlife and their this and that, things like that. But like Bear Grylls, was it? Not Bear Grylls. I think it was him. That survivalist guy. Like he gets jumped off somewhere and he has to survive off like the land while the camera crew follows him, and the camera crew eats all this nice stuff, and he has to eat whatever the fuck he finds. Yeah, one of those things is maggots that he finds and eats. There's also, people are actually insectivores, eating grasshoppers, maggots, not spiders. Spiders aren't necessarily insects, but practically in the same category. They eat those, and among that, there are people that actually do that. But I guess, I don't know. If I eat 100 ants, that's 100 ants. Then they're gonna be really light on meat. But if I eat 50 beetles, I at least get some kind of meat. But 100 ants would probably go down a lot easier. I'll go with 100 ants. It's a lot easier, they're smaller, chewable. I could only eat 2 beetles and they would be extinct. Okay. Would you rather be constantly followed by 32 ducks for the rest of your life, or have 4-meter long arms? Holy shit. Well, who doesn't like ducks? That depends. Are they like baby ducks and they're looking at me as their mother, or are they just like ducks, just grown ducks that are just following me? Are they waddling or are they flying? That too. And then with the 4-meter long arms, why would I need arms that long? Technically, from here I could probably grab a cup off the shelf, open the fridge, get something to drink, and pour myself here. But also typing on the computer and doing all this stuff, my elbows would be touching the roof. That's basically true. My elbows would be touching the roof. Or the ceiling, sorry. I would rather be followed by ducks. I could slap people from a very long distance. Oh man, these comments. Would you rather spend a year with the Pope or spend a year with the Dalai Lama? That's actually a hard one. If you spend a year with the Pope, you're going to be surrounded by all these religions and all these people thinking, whether they're seeking sacrilege or they're just wanting to see the Pope, and you get to see everything he does, what he does for the community and such. Or I could spend the year with the Dalai Lama, which people also go to see him, and it's like, oh, which one would I rather do? If I go with the Pope, I get to travel around the world. Well, he does do his little tours, right? The last time I saw him, he was in Mexico, and it was earlier in the year, right? Something like that. The Dalai Lama just stays and meditates, right? From what I know. That's as much as I know. But I hardly know anything about the Dalai Lama. I know more of the Pope than I do of the Dalai Lama. All I know is, he's like in a pasture with llamas and other monks. I'll probably be with the Pope. At least then I get to travel, see people, all that good stuff. Would you rather have supernatural agility or have supernatural strength/intelligence? Is that with or pick one or the other? If I have supernatural agility, I guess I'm gonna be fast, flexible, and everything that agility would fall under, right? But if I was strong and smart, having the bronze and the intellect for it, it'd be nice. At least then I could be able to be like, hey, watch me lift my couch with my finger. That's hard. Or, be like, hey, you want to see something very special? I'm gonna cure cancer in like 2.5 seconds. I would probably go with strength and intelligence. Mostly because, one, I'd be strong. lift cars, throw them very far away. And, you know, be smart enough to do as I please. I could do science. Who doesn't like science? Boom, science wins. Told you. Okay, last one. Would you rather know when you will die or know how you will die? I've always thought about this. I mean, everybody at one point or another is, you know, they want to know when we will die, or how we will die. And it's like you can't know which one because it's in the future and we have no way to see it. But I would really like to know, but like I don't. But it's like, what is more? Would I want to know when or how? When? Or because it could be like, oh, you die tomorrow, or like, oh, you die in the most cruciating way possible. God, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. It's a hard choice. I mean, I'd rather not know none, but they don't have a none button. What would you pick? It's a hard question. I know, but it doesn't have to be answered. I can actually skip it. I believe so. Anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want more, subscribe. I don't really do this that very often, so don't expect a lot of them. It just seems very, these questions seem very either difficult or silly. I mean, most of these seem fairly, you know, normal, but like, I've seen people have to answer them, and this sounds very, very silly. Like that entire long arm thing. It's like, why would I want those long arms? It'd just make my life a little harder, or a lot harder, I guess. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, if you're used to putting your hands in your pockets just walking down the street, could you imagine how far your elbows would be sticking out, knocking everything in your way? God, that was weird. Anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want more, subscribe. I don't really play this questionnaire thing that often, so don't worry. I don't play this very often, but when I do, it gets a little interesting. At least whether I play it or watch someone else play it. I will put a link in the description for this questionnaire thing, for the would you rather questions and such. If you would like, you can share this video with friends who would seem to be interested in this kind of thing, especially with decisions that you would feel either comfortable with or not. But with that, I will see you all next time. God, this entire setup is fairly weird. Jesse is like 2 feet away from me, and he's talking on Discord, and it's just like, he's like 2 feet away from me and he's talking on Discord. And I'm believing the mic could be picking him up, so if the video's going on and you can hear him in the background, yeah, that's mostly because he's like 2 feet away from me on his computer playing League of Legends right now. See? And again, next time.